Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna and today I'm coming to you with a review. I was in the mall the other day and I wanted to buy something which is not a perfume and I bought nothing but a perfume. But you need to understand, I just couldn't stop myself when I saw this beautiful golden shiny box with the newest release from Zadig Voltaire. And this new release is an addition to a very successful line by Zadig Voltaire. And this is supposed to be an intense version of my favorite perfume from Zadig Voltaire, which is the original This Is Her. And the newest release is called This Is Really Her, which means that this is it, we are not getting anything better. Do we? If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you stay a little longer. Please consider subscribing because designer and affordable perfumes are everything we are talking about on this channel, and we are jumping right into it. If you know me, you know that Zadig Voltaire This Is Her is one of my favorite winter fragrances of all time. It's quite new to my collection, but it stole my heart immediately and I'm using it all the time. It gets so many compliments, everybody seems to love it. It's milky, it's smooth, it's whipped cream, it's everything you could wish for during the winter. And it also has a very noticeable chestnut note. Even though chestnut is not as prominent on my skin as I would wish to, I still get all of those nutty, creamy notes that I just love and I'm obsessed about, which makes this perfume right up on my alley. So when I saw this beautiful box, I decided that I need to try it immediately, and especially this being an intense version of my favorite perfume, what's not to like? When we are comparing two bottles, they are quite different. This one is milky white, which kind of indicates that it's a milky, creamy, smooth perfume. This is what we can expect looking at the bottle, and this truly is like this. The bottle kind of speaks for itself and describes this perfume perfectly. Whereas this bottle is gold, pretty, fancy and fashionable. So I didn't really know what I can expect from this bottle. The only thing I could kind of expect was a chestnut note. So I was very curious what kind of variation Zadig Voltaire comes with now. When we are comparing those two bottles, the shape of the bottles is exactly the same. They both had this fancy detail on the side. Of course, the thing that we can see on the first glance is the color of the bottles. This bottle is milky white, whereas this one is golden. The cap is also golden. Here the cap is white in an original version. And there is one detail I need to point out. If I haven't bought this one from a perfumery, I would think that it's fake. And this is because this is a sticker, whereas on the original version it is printed on. This is only a detail, but knowing that it was printed on an original bottle, this kind of bothers me, I don't know why. But the biggest difference is when it comes to the scent, of course. This version is the most beautiful, milky, smooth, whipped cream, chestnutty fragrance. I have nothing like this in my collection, and the sandalwood in the dry down is to die for. Whereas in this one, I was expecting something completely different because this is supposed to be an intense version of the original Zadig Voltaire This Is Her. But it's not. When I tried Zadig Voltaire This Is Really Her for the first time, I couldn't really point out what are the accords and what are the notes of this fragrance. It was very unusual, so I decided to check it out on Fragrantica and see what they come out with. And the main accords are rose, honey, patchouli, sweet, floral, woody, vanilla, warm, spicy, balsamic and earthy. I don't know what to say because I don't smell rose, I don't smell honey, I don't smell patchouli, I smell something earthy, I smell something green, but rose, honey, no. After the initial spray, I could smell something spicy, I could smell something like sour fruits, but I didn't really know what it was. When I scrolled down to the notes, then I found out that top notes are pink pepper and basil, middle notes rose and chestnut, base notes honey, patchouli and vanilla. But when I scrolled down to the description, now it's getting even more interesting because they say that the nose behind the This Is Her collection has composed a new floral amber juice with addictive intensity. The perfume sparkles from the first spray while it releases lively notes of pink berries, illuminated by the green scent of basil notes. At the heart of the composition, a sparkling metallic accord blends with Zadig and Voltaire's signature floral aromas of rose and chestnut notes, creating shimmering reflections. So this is actually where the sour berries came from, because at the beginning I couldn't point out what I'm smelling, but after I read this description, everybody started to make sense in my head. So at the beginning I could smell pink pepper, definitely something spicy. Then it could be some berries, but they are very sour. And then I get the basil, and the basil is also in the dry down. So basil is there throughout the whole performance of this fragrance. And I can also smell metallic notes. It's kind of this metallic feel to this smell, very unusual. And with the combination with the chestnut and the metallic note, it makes this fragrance extremely unusual and like nothing I have in my collection. So this is kind of something that makes me want to keep this fragrance in my collection. I don't know how to describe it, but imagine that you're going to the mall and you're seeing this perfume you always wanted to try, and you try it in your wrist, and then you smell it, you sniff it, and then you think, no, it's not me, I don't like it. And then you go home and you cannot stop sniffing it, you cannot stop thinking about it, and you want it in your collection immediately. And this is actually how I have it with This Is Really Her. I would have never ever bought it if I have looked up the notes on Fragrantica first. The more I smell it, and I was actually wearing it to work, so I was with this perfume for the whole day. If you love unusual perfumes, if you love perfumes that starts very peppery, very spicy, and if one of your favorite fragrances is Hermès Poivry, then you need to try this one, because it is very unusual, especially taking into account that it has this basil note. It makes it very fresh, very herbally, very earthy, and really interesting. I wouldn't say that this perfume is intense at all. The sillage and longevity are pretty poor. I was wearing it to work today. I get no compliments. No one complimented me on my fragrance, and this is very unusual because everybody seems to notice all of my other fragrances, especially Mongolo Intense. It's one of their favorites, but this one, no one complimented me, but it holds very close to the skin. It's very intimate scent, especially after a few hours. I cannot even smell it on my clothes. So you need to take it into the consideration if you plan to buy and try Zadig and Voltaire This Is Really Her. The original version, Zadig and Voltaire This Is Her, the longevity and sillage were enormous. I can smell myself for the whole day. It is a very high quality scent when it comes to performance, whereas this one, you need to respray it during the day a few times. So you just need to keep in mind that the performance is not that great. But if you are looking for a perfume for spring, something fresher, something more earthy, something very unusual, then I could totally recommend the new Zadig and Voltaire This Is Really Her, because I don't think you will get disappointed, but please note, this is not a safe blind buy because it's been so unusual. Like, there is not everyone, even though I love basil, like wearing basil on myself for the whole day, it sometimes can be way too much. So please try it on your skin first before you buy it. The good thing is that it disappears pretty quickly, so even if you don't like it, you won't suffer. But anyway, buying a perfume that you will not be happy about, it's always a waste of money. Please don't be fooled by it being an intense version, because I don't think I would wear it on date. I think that it's a good perfume to wear to work, running errands, just doing something during the day. But on a date, I don't think so. It also from time to time pulls unisex. Probably depends on the skin chemistry. On me, it can be quite unisex, to the point that when I came home with this one and I was trying it on my skin for the second time, after trying it initially in the store, I thought that I took the wrong box and it is actually a men version. It wasn't, and I also look up on Fragrantica, the men version has a red orange, whereas this one, it has all of those herbs and chestnut and those weird notes. I wouldn't compare it to the original Zadig and Voltaire at all. The only thing that is in common is the chestnut note. Otherwise, they are totally different, and I am quite surprised that it is a flanker of Zadig and Voltaire. This is her, because it can be quite confusing. With that being said, if you like perfumes that smell unusual, chestnutty, something different, something spicy, and if you're looking for an everyday perfume you can just add to your collection, then you can definitely look at Zadig and Voltaire. This is really her. Please let me know what you think about the scent, if it's available in your country already, if you like it, if you try it. I'm really curious to know. Thank you very much for watching and for all of your support. Please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next one.